Is the vote going to be tonight, or is it just going to be postponed?
No, we're staying.
Yeah?
When the meeting starts, the meeting's going to end.
Yeah. We gotta go and help done.
I've heard talk of moral leadership, people trying to strong-arm you guys, people telling you to put your emotions aside. If you pass this, people will be split apart. Families will be split apart. Is that moral? Tell me there's not emotion involved in that.
That it might be that you are taking our prayers away from us. Thank you.
I stand here today because I am the descendant of my great-great-great-grandparents who happened to be slaves in the United States of America. I stand before you today not as a black man. I stand before you today not as an educator. I stand before you today not as a professional. I stand before you today as what I was when I came into this world, and that's a human being. And to my Latino brothers and sisters, I'd like to say to you, tu familia es mi familia, tus problemas es mi problemas. A gentleman came before you today and he said that what is happening here is an invasion funded by foreign governments. Well, as all of you probably are extremely educated, Christopher Columbus entered the United States of America, as did John Smith, as did those people who were landed in Jamestown. And if I can recall correctly, that was an invasion funded by a foreign government. These people come here not as an invasion. What this is a peaceful migration. Now, I prepared some notes tonight, but I prefer to put these notes away. Because the truth of the matter is that I cannot help but feel as though the decision has already been made. And me standing here tonight and many other people standing out here tonight, this is nothing more than a ploy to pacify us. But I pray to a higher purpose. As I'm sure Mr. Horton knows, the Latin term mala in se, which means higher law or natural law, I like to call it God's law. I like to appeal to the humanistic side of you, because it doesn't make a difference if you come from Nicaragua, Mexico, El Salvador, the Dominican Republic, Peru, anything else. All of these people here tonight are human beings. And I like to say if there's an injustice anywhere, it threatens justice everywhere. And it really doesn't make a difference what decision you make here tonight, because the truth of the matter is that the seeds of change have already been planted. If anyone out here tonight is affected by the ruling that you guys are trying to implement tonight, it does not matter, because their children are still here. And one day, Mr. Stewart, the very people that you are trying to oppress today, their children may rise up tomorrow and stand in judgment of you. In the United States of America, we have a representative democracy. But I cannot help but feel that there are many of you tonight before this board who do not represent this democracy. You guys have Many of these people were coming and they were pleading, please give my family an opportunity to support themselves. Give me an opportunity to be heard. I think that we were speaking, but no one was listening. Believe it or not, my students brought me here tonight. My students said, Mr. Garland, you've got to be there, and I am here for my students. I'm here for my kids. My students were here earlier out here, but obviously they've left. You know, but they were here. They were here. It's going to be something tomorrow morning. The things that really just sort of blew me away is my country. Everybody in here, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of them were immigrants at some point in time. We are in no position to say that this is our country. America was founded by immigrants, run by immigrants, and I think that ultimately it should be a welcome mat to immigrants who come to better their way of living. So what we need to do is get someone who represents the people to actually speak on the board. Let this truly be a representative democracy and not just simply a hypocrisy. I think that one of the ways to get more people out and vote is to allow people to know that their votes really truly do make a difference, and hopefully by the people seeing today that the board does not represent anyone out here. They have 0 minorities on the board. That's not representing me, and it's definitely not representing them.
Do you feel hope that things...
Oh my goodness gracious, yes. I wish that you guys could sit in on my classroom. There is definitely hope. I mean, because I have a few students in my classroom that have come to America from El Salvador with no floors in the house. 4 kids in 1 bed. But they have such a drive, they have such a desire, they have such an eagerness to learn. It's amazing. I mean, to come to America and have English be your second language, and to not only grasp English, but to master it, and then turn that mastery of the English language into success academically, and then ultimately to grab success academically and take it out and be successful as far as career is concerned. You know, that's amazing to me.